It's day 2 of my first toy convention ever. Last episode, we got to meet Ashley Eckstein and check out the venue, but today is my biggest and most action-packed episode ever. We not only hunt for action figures that we need for our collection, but we hear from the Clone Wars cast, Anthony Daniels, and people who made the Kenner action figures what they are today. Plus, we get to meet other YouTubers who have made an influence on me and hear their stories. And we get a surprise from Mrs. Padawan herself.
What is in the bag?
This episode is action-packed, so let's go!
We are at day 2 of the ICCC convention, and there are supposed to be thousands of people expected today. We're gonna try to make a small dent inside our collection run today. And we talked to as many people to see what's going on. It's gonna be a fun day, so let's go.
When first walking into day 2, the buzz and the energy in the room was so electric. From all of the cosplayers, the people waiting in line to meet their favorite Star Wars celebrity or artist, people looking at the awesome displays, the toy inventory, and seeing friends unite after a long spell or even meeting for the first time. This was a homecoming to an amazing community of people. VIPs do get to come into the convention an hour early, so we took full advantage of that today and went straight to the toy aisles. Our first move was to get some action figures crossed off our list. I have a loose Tebow from my OG childhood collection, so the first hunt was for accessories for Tebow.
I'm looking for Tebow accessories.
A seller had the hood and the horn selling for $10 each, but didn't have the hatchet.
I'm gonna look for Tebow's hatchet.
Who?
That little Ewok?
Oh, the pieces that you
Yeah,
got?
so I'm looking for a little hammer.
Hatchet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys have any Tebow accessories?
We had to search all around the show floor, but finally we did find a seller that sold us the hatchet for $5. And I probably could have bought an entire Tebow for the price that I bought all the accessories for, but this was really kind of an experiment, so at least the experiment wasn't a majorly overly expensive one. On day 1, I visited the guys from Rogue 5 Toys, and I've probably bought half my collection from these guys collectively. But today, they knew I was on the hunt for a loose Bespin Luke Skywalker that I could either grade or place in my display. And they sold me a very nice Bespin Luke for $60. But one of the items that I'm most excited about is finally getting to buy a Luke Skywalker in Jedi Knight outfit. Now, when looking for a Luke Jedi, you have to be on the lookout for a number of things.
All right, so I'm checking for scuffs, rips in the cape, hair loss or paint loss on the hair. Right now, everything looks great. On this figure in particular, there was a lot of paint loss on the hands. This one is perfect. The notorious thing about Jedi Luke is that he always loses paint on the nose, and this one is perfect right now. And this is the Palace Blaster, the gray version, and the blue saber. So I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this one. It looks great to me.
So we bought that for $230. I saw Jedi Luke's going for much more at other tables and at the same great quality. And I'm definitely getting this one graded at CAS. We're gonna do that on day 3 of the convention, so stay tuned for that one. There's also a podcast room at the convention where some of your favorite YouTube and podcast influencers can do live shows from. And we went to show support for 2 of our friends, Jonathan over at the Sleeping Collectibles YouTube channel and Nilda at Appetite for Collectibles on YouTube.
But on today's episode, we're actually gonna be speaking about con life and what is to come with the history now with toys. They're no longer going to be on bubbles. They're going to be now covered, and what is that going to do for the toy industry?
As an inbox collector, that's primarily my gig. We won't ever know what's in that box as an inbox guy. Going, look at that Mandalorian Loyalist box over there. Doesn't he look good? And little do we know there's a Rose Tico in there just looking at me.
Don't hate on Rose. She got
Just
a lot of
looking
hate
at me.
online. I gotta ask the fans out here on the stage, who are more inbox collectors and inbox?
That's my team over there.
How can
Whoa,
out of the box, out of the box?
Way too close to those guys.
I I just don't understand the concept of having a toy in your hand and not being able to play with it.
We got a chance to talk to them after their show.
You're one of the first channels that I started following. And then before I started my run and starting a YouTube channel myself, coming here to the con, to ICCC, what's it like getting to finally meet some of your fans?
Oh, I hate that word, fans. We all know each other. We're all friends.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for so long. It's been really, really cool and really, really exciting. Every time I enter a room, it seems, there's someone in there that's like, oh, hey, Sleeping, I've seen your videos on YouTube. Or, hey, I've seen you with Mark or Joey or whoever online. And I must have gotten at least 30 hugs since I've been here.
That's rad.
I've gotten
That's
20
though.
fist bumps. I bought an action figure off a guy in the middle, and he looked at me and he goes, are you that Sleeping Bear YouTuber? I think I've seen you before. And I was like, yeah, I think so. He's like, you wear the Kansas City Chiefs gear. I love you. And he ended up giving me a really good deal on action figures.
Oh, that's rad. That's rad.
I met MCE, OG Geek, Greg Cook, a lot of the bigger toy YouTubers that are in the same genre as myself.
Yeah.
And we just kind of hung out and like talked action figures, and it was just really, really nice. It was like meeting friends that you've known forever.
Yeah. How many cons have you been to, toy cons?
Honestly, probably 30, 40 of them
Whoa.
in the last couple of years, yeah.
What is your advice for somebody like me coming to their first con?
If you see something you like, buy it immediately.
Really?
Only because if you wait, it will not be there later.
So you heard him. I can buy my vinyl cap Jawa now.
Appreciate you, man.
Rad meeting you. When I was watching you do your podcast up here, honestly, I felt like a proud brother watching like his sister just crush it. What's your major mantra when producing your YouTube show or putting a show out there?
I just, in all honesty, I did this show because, there's not a lot of women collectors out there like myself. I buy toys. I genuinely like buying toys. I'd rather go buy a whole Black Series wave and be very happy about it than probably go eat breakfast. It's a huge thrill for me.
What is your advice to somebody who's brand new to toy conventions? But for me personally, what would you say I must do or have to do, or just a tip on going to a toy con?
Get there very early. Try to do the VIPs, even though it's a little expensive, but I recommend doing the VIPs. I would say do autographs first because that's the main thing that everybody is getting. And then as soon as you're done, go straight to the photo ops. And then as soon as you have downtime, kind of run around and meet some of the vendors and build a relationship with them and market around with them. And you'll be able to get some of the stuff that you want at a reasonable price.
So Nilda, thank you so much for just hanging out with us and hanging out with me, seeing you for the first time.
Another part of this convention that I was excited about was getting to meet the artists who influenced my childhood. One of them is Guy Gilchrist. He is an animator who worked for the Jim Henson Company and is responsible for bringing such works as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Fraggle Rock, the Muppet Babies, and so many more.
What is one of your favorite memories from working with Jim Henson?
Oh gosh. When the Fraggles had their float in the Macy's parade, and the Kermit balloon was sailing off into Central Park, and they were trying to get it back, and Jim and I wound up in the car at the same time, waiting on something. And Jim turned to me, and remember, I'm a real young kid, and things are rushing by, and we're trying to make deadlines. And Jim was a very soft-spoken guy, and he said to me, take the time while this is all going on to take snapshots in your mind and remember the voices, remember everything, because it flies by so fast and you're trying so hard. I want you to make sure that you can remember all of the emotions and what this felt like. Fame is fleeting. Enjoy this. It'll never happen the same way again.
What does it mean to come to a convention like this and have fans express, you're part of my childhood, you're part of my life?
I hear it constantly, and I say, we did it all for you. And I really mean it. We really did it all for you. We were enjoying the heck out of what we were doing, and just being a particle in Jim's universe. We knew that we were a part of something much greater and much, finer and more wonderful. But when I hear that we touched you, that we made you happy, that we kept you company, it's what I intended. I'm a dad and now a granddad, and it was what I always wanted. I wanted to create friends for you. So I'm glad that happened.
And one of the best parts about coming here is getting to meet the people who watch the show and who I've come to know. And one of them is the Padawan Collector channel member, JD636.
Is this your first Toy Con?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
What's the biggest pointer that you can give somebody else?
I was overwhelmed. Don't get overwhelmed because there's a lot of people.
Membership has its privileges, and if any of you want to become a channel member, just hit the join button under this screen and become a supporter of the channel. You get access to watch videos early, way before the public sees them, extra entries into giveaways, and I do some great giveaways. And my next giveaway is an 80 graded sand person, and also a collector displays case just like the one I have. So become a member today to get those extra entries. One of the things that I was most excited about was getting to see some of the amazing panels here.
It is the Clone Wars character actor panel. I've been waiting for this one for a long time, and to get to see them live, it's gonna be great. Let's just go in and watch them right now.
Miss Ashley Eckstein.
We don't get to see the episodes when we record. They do the animation after we record. So we read the notes in the script, but you have no idea how epic it's going to be until you see it. And so it wasn't until the episodes came out that I watched it and I was like, whoa, that's what she was doing.
James Arnold Taylor.
And with the Clone Wars, we were always together, kind of like an old-time radio play, reading together, and we got to work off of each other, which really made it fantastic. It made us the family that we are today, I think, because we were able to just play off of those things, and it gave Obi-Wan and Anakin those moments together. We could kind of work off of those together, too, so.
Mr. Matt Lanter.
I learned a lot from Dave, just like Dave learned from George. It was kind of cool to see him, doing that.
And last but not least, the Duchess herself, Miss Anna Graves.
And it was just so great. I came in and I met you guys and I was like, this is amazing. And it was a dream come true, and I was pinching myself leaving the session. So then to get called back again, I was like, oh, did I do something wrong?
It's amazing to get to sit in such an intimate setting with the actors and hear some amazing stories. And with the VIP access, we were let in early and got to sit in the front row. And coming up later in the episode, we get to hear from C-3PO, yes, Anthony Daniels himself. We also got to meet and talk to some of the people who got to work on and create the first Star Wars Kenner figures. Jim Swearingen, who was the principal concept designer for Kenner from the beginning of the Star Wars run. We also got to meet Kim Simmons, who was responsible for taking some of the most iconic snapshots in toy history. Yes, all of the box art and advertising stills that we all love came from the camera and the mind of Kim Simmons. Both of those interviews are coming up on day 3 of the ICCC episodes, so stay tuned for that. So as we were shopping and making deals, Mrs. Padawan was making deals of her own and got me some surprises of things I actually had my eye on. Let's find out what Mrs. Padawan got us.
Okay, well, I saw you admiring one of the items.
I was admiring a lot. I'm interested to see what it is.
He was admiring one of the items. The other item, I just saw it and I thought of him, so I got it for him. The first thing is, drum roll please, got you the Darth Vader cup it's got the certificate authenticity.
Oh, that's awesome.
Don't you have a stormtrooper like this? That's what I thought.
Oh, that's so cool.
All right, and then the other thing is the thing you were eyeing. So I got you the card collection.
Oh my gosh.
And he added a little something in there for you.
Oh my gosh. Earlier we were looking at the series 1 of the 1977 cards, and this is the complete series 2 of the 1977 cards. This is amazing.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
God, both of these things are just super amazing. Oh, thank you so much.
I think Mrs. Padawan set a new oddball collecting fire under us. This is the complete red Series 2 of the 1977 Topps cards. And the one she got us came with a fully sealed Return of the Jedi wax pack. This is what they look like when you would buy them in the stores. So for the Topps cards, there were 5 sets made in 1977. Series 1 was the blue border cards, and these came out before the movie was released. And there were 66 cards with pictures of the characters and movie scenes. There were also 11 sticker cards. Series 2 is the red border cards that Mrs. Padawan got me, and these number from 167 to 132, and the stickers are numbered 12 through 22. Series 3 is the yellow border, with the cards numbering 133 to 198, and the stickers numbering from 23 to 33. Series 4 being the green border, and the cards are numbered from 199 to 264, and the stickers are numbered 34 to 44. And finally, Series 5, the orange border, with the cards numbering from 265 to 330, and the stickers numbered 34 to 44. It's a new collecting venture, and I'm super stoked about the gifts that Mrs. Padawan got me. And I'm sure that she has no idea what monster she just created. But not only will we try to get the original Star Wars 1977 complete set, but the complete Empire Strikes Back top cards and the Return of the Jedi cards as well.
One of the great things about coming to a convention is the celebrities that you're going to meet. Now, this individual I've been a fan of since I was a little boy when I first saw Empire Strikes Back in 1980. We are going to go watch a panel with none other than Anthony Daniels himself. Yes, C-3PO. I've never seen him talk live, but I've heard that he's quite interesting. So let's go take a look and see what the panel was with Anthony Daniels.
Sir, can you speak to me from there in the white sunglasses? I will try. You will try. There is no try. Sit down. Right.
What is your opinion of the holiday special?
These are good questions. The holidays, anybody actually watch the holidays? You can see the whole thing on YouTube. It is there. I defy you to watch the whole thing. It is unspeakably awful. I was on it for 2 or 3 days, and it lives in my memory. It was the first and last thing that got away until Disney took over, got away from George Lucas. Nobody kind of watched what was happening, and it was horrible. And again, the digital effects you watch. At one point, there's a bunch of Wookiees who are going to Life Day or whatever, and they've just been planted digitally or photoshopped onto, Photoshop, it was whatever. And it is in my memory horror bank, actually. And people say it's bad enough to watch because it's so bad, but actually it's not. Do not watch. You should have a health warm-up.
It was amazing to finally get to hear from Anthony Daniels himself. He is just an amazing storyteller and really knows how to include the audience in his stories. He was so funny and painted an awesome story at every corner. And just as we were getting ready to wrap it up at the end of the day, now this is the Star Wars Topps 2022 Signature Series. Basically, in the stores, you would have bought a random box and you don't know what cards are inside. Sometimes you get a great one, but you know how these things go. Most of the time, they are equivalent to a peg warmer. But once in a while, you get a card like this. And someone was selling the Ahsoka Tano numbered AV-AE1 card from her first appearance in the Clone Wars. And on the back it says, "Congratulations, you have received an authentic autograph card, Ashley Eckstein as Ahsoka Tano." Now, we were able to grab this for $250, and we did buy it in a hurry because it was at the end of the day. So looking on eBay and other sites, this card doesn't come up for sale that often. And I do think I bought this card at the top of the current market, but now this card is going up in value and will only continue to go up in my opinion, given the popularity of Ahsoka and Ashley Eckstein. But all you card collecting experts out there, please give me your opinion on whether you think this was a good buy or not. So let's mark off the card for $250, and it's a new venture, as is our Topps cards, which we're gonna mark off as gifted for Mrs. Padawan, and that's a whole new section of our collecting sheet. oddball items. And so far, we have the complete set of Burger King glasses that we got from a Facebook seller for $250. And now we have our new journey. One day, getting the complete set of the Star Wars vintage Topps cards. But for right now, let's mark off Series 2 from our list. So all in all, we got the Bespin Luke from Rogue 5 Toys. We got the accessories for Tebow, the Jedi Luke, the Darth Vader authentic mug, the complete Series 2 of the 1977 Topps cards that came with a fully sealed wax pack, and we got the Topps Ahsoka Signature Series card with Ashley Eckstein's autograph. And what would a night be in Music City, Nashville without some good music? And me being a guy who loved the 80s, Mrs. Padawan and I went to go see a John Bon Jovi concert. And our seats were amazing. When he began his set, he actually came out and sang right where we were seated. It was an amazing time and a great way to end off our second day at the convention. Next episode, on day 3, we're gonna hear from the people who actually designed and made the Star Wars vintage Kenner toys. And we also make some big last minute purchases before we leave. And we also get mine and Mrs. Padawan's thoughts on attending our first toy convention ever. So if you like this episode, please hit that like button. It does support the channel. And please visit my links below in the description. There's a link down there for my merch store where you can get your own Padawan collector gear. And yes, there's even Rami and Jaws gear. And there's also links for collecting supplies that you may need for your journey. When you buy and click using those links, it supports the channel, so thank you for that. And if you want to see more Star Wars collecting content from me, please hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so you know when videos go live. I post videos every Sunday and bonus videos on Wednesdays. And as always, my friends, thank you, and I will see you next time. If you're new to the channel, check out the welcome video or just check out the next episode. And please subscribe if you want to follow the journey. And remember, there is no shame in being a Padawan.